Well, hello everyone. This is Grace of gbmaltese, and I wanted to do a whip and chat with you today. For the last 3 days, I really haven't had much of a voice, so I'm like, let me get on here while I can talk. The weather has been nutso in Texas. Friday. Today is Tuesday. On Friday, we had some nice cool weather. Felt really good outside. I think we were in the upper 60s. I loved it so much. Saturday, I think we were probably in the 70s. Still just lovely. And I lost my voice completely on Saturday. Then on Sunday, we started warming up. I was still kind of croaky like a frog. And yesterday was Monday, and we were in the upper 80s, excuse me. And today we're supposed to be in the upper 80s. So, yes, it's just crazy. Welcome to fall weather in Texas. And winter can be the same thing. We could be in the 80s in the winter. You never know. And I was very croaky like a frog yesterday. And I'm like, I'm not sure if you could understand what I was trying to say, but I can talk today, so here I am. And the first thing that I want to do is to say thank you so much. I have finally reached over 10,000 subscribers. I am just speechless, I guess, as you can tell. And all I can do is say thank you. I love you. Thank you for believing in me. And those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much. Thank you to those who are so loyal in watching my videos. You truly make it worthwhile to get on here and make videos. You can have 100,000 subscribers, but if nobody watches, it doesn't really make any difference, does it? It just makes me so happy when I get comments. Of course, it always feels good to get those thumbs up. I know some of you have texted, well, not texted, you've emailed me and told me that you're kind of shy and that you don't always, leave me a comment down below, and I understand that. But I tell you what, when you do leave a comment, it certainly does brighten my day, especially if it's a nice comment, or even if you're just asking me a question. It helps me to know that you are interested in what I'm doing, and that you're watching, you're listening, you're wanting to know more information, and that you care, maybe. You just have no idea. Now, those of you who have done either YouTube, or you're on Instagram or Facebook, and people like your things or comment, it means the world, because you're kind of putting yourself out there. And we do, YouTube creators, we put ourselves out there, and if someone says something ugly, you just kind of have to put up with it, get rid of it. You don't have to keep those comments or ugliness. Sometimes I will comment back if someone, I've had people basically tell me I lied about something, and no, I would never lie to you on purpose. If I did something that I find out later was wrong, I would definitely tell you, but I would never purposely. And also, I'm not going to lie to you about things that I like and don't like. For example, I'm working on this Christmas card right now. I'm putting some AB diamonds down on this one. I got these cards from Diamond Painting Bliss on Etsy. I love these cards. I've already done one. I'm working on this one. I thought this would be a fun one to work on while I'm talking to you. They're just fun to do. They make me happy. Look how cute. Because not only is it a card, but it is a little pop out, and it will be able to sit up as a decoration. Isn't that adorable? I love these. I purchased several, and she had some in her shop when I looked, gosh, a few days ago. I'm not sure. She had sold all of them, and then she went ahead and got some more because a lot of people were purchasing them. And I just love these little things. But yeah, when I show things to you, I try to be as honest as I can, and I'll show it to you exactly the way it looks, and you can make your own mind up, and decide, oh, that is pretty. I really like that. I think I might like to purchase that. And you go look and on the site, and you might find other things you like. Or you might look at it and like, oh, that's not really my style. And that's the way the world works. Not everybody likes the same thing, so that's fine. But I have had my channel for 5 years. So it has taken me quite a while to get to 10,000. I must say that at the beginning I did not, I did crochet, and I was not on here a lot. It takes a lot to crochet something. It takes more time, and I just wasn't on here as much. Then I got into doing diamond painting, and oh my gosh, as you can see, I love it. I still enjoy my crochet, and I still plan on doing my twiddle muff tutorial. I've had several comment on my video that I talked about, and they said yes, they would love to see me do that crochet tutorial on making a twiddle muff. They are made for Alzheimer's and dementia patients, and I said, please let me know if you're interested. And I had so many people tell me they were, that I'm like, okay, it's worth my time to do this, and I will do my best to present it in the best way that I can. I appreciate that input of what you really want to see, what you like. I've had lots of you tell me you like to just listen to me talk. So I guess I need to do more whip and chat videos. And I understand that, because when I'm working on something, I like to listen to either someone talking or maybe a book, something that I don't have to, keep looking up all the time. Now, I do like to watch some videos also that I'm being shown something. So everybody likes something different, and that's what makes the world go round. But I appreciate you so much. And those of you who have been leaving such beautiful comments, thank you, because you make me want to keep on going no matter what. It's hard to really explain how that feels. When you get a comment and someone says, I really enjoyed the video, or could you tell me more about, if you're just making suggestions about things, that really does help. Because sometimes you thinking, okay, what? I know people say, just do what makes you happy. And I do. I do try to do that. But I also want to know what makes you happy, because you're the one that's choosing to listen to me. So let me know what it is you like the best that I do. I've had lots of people tell me they like my whip and chats. I've had several tell me they like unboxings. So everyone likes something different. Now, when I look and I see more people watching one certain video than another kind, it kind of gives me an idea what you do and don't like. So that's one criteria I look at. Some people like to see me open up friend mail, and some people don't watch it, and that's fine. because I'll always ask if someone sends me something, I'll say, is it okay if I show it? Or sometimes I'll open it off of camera and then show it to you later if it's a whole lot. But then I have other people say, don't rush, because I've had some people tell me, you're too slow, you're taking too much time. And then I have other people say, just take your time. And I appreciate that, being able to take my time and not rush through things. It's just nice to hear you give me some input on what you do and don't like. But I could not believe it when it hit 10,000. I actually took a screenshot because I believe it was either Wednesday or Thursday night, and I was up late. I couldn't sleep. And I'm not looking at my numbers all the time, but that was a big milestone, and it was like at 9,997, something like that. And I'm like, oh, 3 more people. I'm like, I wonder how many days that's going to take. And then the next thing I knew, I looked and I had 10,000. I'm like, okay, but tomorrow it may be back down to 9,900 something, because sometimes that's the way the analytics go on YouTube. But then today it's even further above 10,000, so I cannot thank you guys enough. And if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, if you're not subscribed, and then clicking on the bell, and when you click on the bell, a little menu comes down and it'll say all, personalized, I think custom, I'm not sure. Just click the all button. That way you should get an email or a notification letting you know when I've put a video up. And then you can look and see, yeah, I'm interested in that one, or, oh, maybe not, maybe I can watch that later, or, no, I'm not interested in that. Of course, I'd love for you to watch all of them, but sometimes I may be showing something you're not so interested in. And some people like to listen to longer videos while they work on things, and that's fine. That's just great. But I so appreciate those of you who have subscribed, who watch my videos, who comment or give me a thumbs up. That helps me out so much. You just have no idea. Not only channel-wise, but personally, okay, in personal ways. It makes me feel like, oh, there's someone out there who likes to listen. I'm not by myself. I'm not just talking to to the camera and into the microphone for no reason. There are people out there who are interested. Okay, we got all the ABs on Santa. Yeah, he's shining. We'll have other colors there. What I do is go through and find all the number 1s. Okay, here's some more in this Santa Claus. Santa Claus. I figured I better get some of these little cards done. Some of them I'm going to use for decoration. And I did have someone ask me if I sealed my cards. I have not. I have not sealed them. They're out there pretty darn good. And one thing with Amy, all of the cards come in this plastic bag. So this is something that if I'm going to use this to decorate with, I can put it in this plastic bag until next year and take it out to decorate with again. I mailed my cards last year. It did not seal any of them. And no one ever mentioned to me that they lost a drill or a diamond off of their card. So I'm thinking these are on here pretty darn good. Okay, I can kind of scratch it. My nails kind of are AB, aren't they? I saw these and I'm like, okay, I gotta have them. They look like my AB drills. These are from Dashing Diva, and I think I got these on Amazon. But Dashing Diva has their own website. I'm just into these different nails from different companies and just trying different ones. It's fun. I'm just enjoying it's fun and easy. So I'm just having fun playing around with all the different kinds. So are there any of you out there that like playing around with these different nails? They are fun. There's so many different kinds. This one's got the glittery and the little one, and these look like AB. They look like my AB drills. They even have the edges to it. Can't even think of what I'm trying to say. The way it's cut cut like a diamond in a way. So I saw those and I'm like, okay, I got to try them out. Wasn't sure how they were going to come out. I like to try different things, and I try different companies just to. I like the ones that already have the sticky stuff on them, so I don't have to. I put on a set the other day with some of the glue that came with it, and it was supposed to be glue that was easy on your nails by Static Nails, and it was the kind that the squeeze bottle. I had my fingers stuck together. I had my fingers stuck to my nail. Excuse me. It was insane. I'm like, okay, I'm not sure how that's going to work out. I had those nails on last week, and they were my kind of wine-colored ones. They were very pretty, but boy, did I make a mess. So I ordered a bottle of their glue that is a brush-on type, which I think will be easier. But I really do like these that have the, and there's a bunch of them out there that have the stick-on. It's kind of like stick-on, except it's, very sticky. And they go on so quick and easy. I've been enjoying those. I can change my nails up without going to a lot of fuss and bother. And I've also purchased some plain ones because I thought, maybe I want to try to decorate some of my own. I got plenty of drills, and I've got crystals, and I've got all kinds of things I can decorate my nails with. And I guess I'm going to try putting them on with some of the nail glue I have. Do any of you decorate nails, and can you tell me what you use to stick your little jewels on with? I saw some that you had to use under the UV light like for 3 minutes, and I really don't want to have to use a UV light to do that. And I just wondered if regular nail glue would work. I'm thinking it will, because a lot of that nail glue is just like super glue. The static nail glue is different. It's not supposed to be as damaging or whatever. I don't know. I don't know one thing from another on this, but I'm having fun with it. I really am. I'm thinking I like the ones that have the, like I said, the sticky already on there, because I don't have to deal with anything. But the nail glue can be used to decorate them even more. Because, like I said, I want to try making some of my own. But if you have any tips on that you can share, I would appreciate it. I really would. I'm not the... Nail polish and I do not get along. I end up polishing my whole nail. I mean, my whole finger, not just the nail. It goes everywhere. Especially when I start using this hand. My hand is shaking. I don't care how I try to get it. It still just ends up going, all over the place. And then people say, well, just use your acetone or whatever to get it off. Shoot. I'd be taking all my nail polish off. I tried doing that. Yeah, let's see how many times I can dump my drills over today. When I'm doing something small, I like to just use these small green boats, green trays, whatever you want to call them, because they're just little and I don't need a whole bunch of drills poured out. So it was very exciting to see that number finally get to 10,000. You know, I thought, I don't think it's ever going to happen. And, you know, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's okay. But, boy, did it really give me a boost. So, thank you so much. And, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, I would just be thrilled for you to subscribe and hit that notification bell, so you can watch, you know, what you want to watch. And give me ideas. You know, some of you have some really clever ideas, and I had several of you tell me that you would like to see me diamond paint and do a voiceover of me reading a book, like one of the Grimm's fairy tales. I don't want to do a book that you have to wait till the next time to hear the next part. Or a whole bunch of you said you would like to hear me sing. So when I don't have a croaky voice, I can maybe try some of those things. I never know in this time of year. I used to do Christmas programs at church all the time. And it seemed like every year, about the time the Christmas program was coming up, I'd lose my voice. I'd go to the doctor, I'd get a shot, and I wasn't supposed to talk much. Okay, I was teaching school, so that was kind of hard. I was supposed to try to talk a minimum and, you know, drink hot tea and all these things, so I'd be ready for the performance. And I normally always was ready and okay to do it, but boy, it was like, am I going to be ready or not? Am I going to be able to do this? It was just it was a pain in the behind. You know, you decide you're going to sing, and I have to sit and worry, am I going to have a voice that day, or am I going to croak like a frog? That's just what happens sometimes. At least with doing it on here, I can hopefully choose the right time that I can do those things. I do play the piano, and so there would be times that I was going to sing and maybe I wouldn't, my voice wasn't up to it, so I'd play the piano instead if it was, you know, just a special I was going to do at church or whatever. So thank heavens I could do that, and I would still be able to do my special music that was already planned for that Sunday or whatever. It's hard. I've sung at weddings and different places, and you're just all the time thinking, oh, please help me to, you know, have a voice. Just be praying. I've got a voice. I need to be able to sing, and I've been blessed. I've been able to do it. I don't think I've ever missed out. At one wedding, not only did I sing, I also played the organ. So I was going from one to the other, and everything was working. My fingers were working, my voice, everything. So that was all good. You always wonder, what if I, you know, sprained my finger? You know, all the stupid things that come to mind. I mean, it's just dumb, but it still happens. Oh, I remember before I got married. Oh, it was about 2 weeks before we got married, and my husband was playing softball, men's softball. This was, they had a game, and Jerry slid into one of the bases. Well, he didn't know that the bases were concreted into the ground So when he slid into it, the base didn't move, but his ankle did. Yeah. He kind of, I don't know if it was a dislocated ankle or crack. I can't remember exactly what happened. But they put him in a cast. And he was scared to call and tell me that it had happened because we were getting ready to get married. He was on crutches. And I had nightmares that we were going down the aisle and his crutch landed right on my dress. My old dress pulled off. The whole back side of it came off, and I'm walking down the aisle with, the back side of my dress pulled off. Then other times I dreamed that he'd land on my dress, and I had some beads and things on there, and they all fell off. Things go through our minds. Luckily, he was in a walking boot by that time, so he was able to walk in that ugly blue boot, but it was better than the crutches. That was crazy. I just remember the dreams I had. Oh my gosh, it's just crazy. I remember when I was pregnant. This was crazy. I was pregnant with my daughter, and I had dreams. I could see the baby inside my womb. I could see the baby in there, and the baby was sitting up playing with toys. Of all the weirdest things, the baby was, inside playing with toys. There were blocks and all kinds of things, and the baby was playing with them. I don't know. I've got a wild imagination, I suppose. I think that's all the ones, if I'm not mistaken. So, I know I'm not the only person who's had weird dreams like that. Surely not. The things that go through your mind of what could go wrong and might go wrong. Doesn't mean it will, but it might. It might happen. But they didn't, of course. And my daughter, Catherine, was not inside me playing with toys. Because when I gave birth to her, not one single toy came out. And I did have a cesarean with her. She went into stress. I was in labor from about 7 in the morning, and at about 11 o'clock that night, my whole stomach just started moving like that, and there was no one in there but me and my husband. And Jerry went out in the hall and he said, "Somebody get in here quick." And they came in there and they said, "She's going into stress. We need to go ahead and do a cesarean and get her out." So they did, and there were no toys in there. She did have a bowel movement, so that was in there. That was it. And she did weigh 9 pounds and 1 ounce, and I'm only 5'2" and 3/4 inches, and yes, that 3/4 inches is very important. I sometimes just round up and say I'm 5'3". Hey, that's close enough. And it was, my husband was freaking out when he saw my stomach just jerking back and forth. Catherine was ready to come out. So, God was with us. She was normal. Nothing happened. They said she didn't suck any of the stuff in. You know what stuff I'm talking about. We don't need to get too graphic. So I was very thankful. She was healthy. She even gained 1/2 ounce in the hospital. Most babies lose weight, not her. She put on 1/2 ounce. She's the sweetest thing. I just love her to pieces. I love her more and more all the time. Of course, she's grown and married, and gosh, I miss her. I haven't seen her since February. She lives, it takes me about 4.5 hours to drive there, and people say, "Well, why don't you fly?" Well, for me to fly, I have to first of all drive to Houston, or to the Humble area, and that's at least an hour to an hour and a half drive. And then, you have to be there, 3 hours earlier? It's not worth it. I could be there. I could have already driven there by that time. And then she'd have to come and pick me up, and yeah. I just don't get to go as often. I mean, she's working. Her husband's working. I'm retired, but my husband is still working. So it's just a little crazy. I just ready to go see her. And she's been having to work a lot. So I'm hoping I'll get to see her before long. Okay, talking about that. Oh, now, have any of you watched, it's on Lifetime, Married at First Sight? I had never heard of the show, seen it or anything. Well, I have Netflix, and they happen to have a season on there, and I'm like, what in the world is this about? So it was season 9 is the one I watched. And I watched the whole thing. I mean, I watched it all in like 2 days. I just... What they do is you fill out forms and you put, I don't know, all kinds of information about yourself. And the so-called experts, sociologists, psychologists, psychiatrists, whatever, they all, there's a marriage counselor that's also a pastor. They all look at these and they match. They'll have hundreds of people who apply for this. I just can't imagine. I just couldn't do it. But they apply, and certain ones of them are picked. I think there were, 4 couples, I believe. There were 4 couples on the season I watched, and they do not see the person or meet them. They don't know anything about them until their wedding day. So when those doors open and the bride goes down the aisle, that's the first time they lay eyes on each other. And it is it's quite interesting. Then after the wedding, they send them all on honeymoons. Now, it is a legally binding marriage, and they have, I believe it's 8 weeks of living together as husband and wife. They can decide to consummate the marriage or not. That's up to them. And some do, some don't, right away. Some wait till later, some never do. It's just, so you get to watch how they interact with each other. Okay, there are cameras in the house, so you get to see some of the things that go on and how they get along or how they don't get along. In the season I saw, there was one couple. Well, there were a couple couples. I thought they were just great together. And they just seemed to have a lot in common. And then, oh my gosh, there was one couple. I felt so sorry for the girl. Her name was Amber. And she was matched up. She's 5'2". And she was matched up with this guy who was a supposedly professional basketball player. He went to other countries to play, so he wasn't like a professional basketball player here in the States. He went to other countries, and so he was 6 foot something. He was real tall. And she was so excited when she saw him, and she was so cute and really excited, and she was just like love at first sight for her. She was just so in love, and she thought he was so cute, and she couldn't wait to, be alone with him and all this and that and whatever. And so all 4 couples go to the same location. They went to, I can't remember where they went. It was a beach resort setting, and you got to see them interact. And they all seemed to get along pretty good at the the resort. You know, this was their honeymoon. So there was one couple, they got into some fights a couple of times. But, you know, on the whole, you know, you're talking about, you know, like everything's done for you, whatever. So you're just getting to know this stranger. To me, I'd be like, okay, I don't know you. I couldn't do this. Then they go back home. And they spend one night or 2 nights in each other's apartments or homes or wherever they lived. So they get a little taste of what the other person, you know, lived in. And then they are each of them are given an apartment, kind of a neutral ground where they live. Well, the one girl, the one I was telling you about, Amber, the little short 5'2" one with the basketball player, he started going out, and he would be out all night long. And she found his wedding ring in the nightstand. She was crying. She cried so much during this because he was a complete butt. In fact, I would have said, you know, we need to stop this experiment now. I want him out of my life now. She found out from a friend that saw him out at a bar with another woman, and he left with her. And other people were telling her the same thing. So at the end of the 8 weeks, they meet with all of there's 3 of the professionals, marriage counselor and psychologist, whatever. And they've talked to these people during these times, and they jumped all over the basketball player and said, hey, you know, do you want to continue with this? Yeah, I want to continue. Anyway, he was complete and utter butthole. Excuse my terms there, but I would say worse than that. But I won't. I could not believe how he treated her. And so, of course, at the end, they decide whether they want to remain married or get divorced. She wanted a divorce. This guy said he wanted a divorce. But months went by. I don't know if he's given her a divorce yet or not. He's being a real jerk about the whole thing. He had still not given her a divorce, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago. And they did this like in 2019, I believe, was when the show was recorded. So he had still not given her a divorce, and he was just a butt. So she was going to have to go through more legal proceedings and that kind of thing. Now, this other couple, I think it was Greg and, was it Dion? They were so cute together. And they decided to remain married. I thought they were just the best couple. They talked things out. It was really nice. And then another couple, they fought and argued a lot, the whole thing, but they decided to stay married. And as far as I know, they're still married. And I guess maybe things calmed down. And the other couple who decided to divorce, I looked up and saw that, I'm not sure if they got married, but they were still going out with each other. And I don't think they had divorced at the time and weren't seeing anyone else. So, I don't know if they will. I thought they were really cute together. They seemed to get along really well. And now, I'm watching this new other series. I just started it, called Indian Matchmaking. And this is a woman from India, and she does matchmaking for Indian couples. Now, some of these Indians live in the United States. So she'll fly over. Now, what she does is, gets all the information from the woman, and she gets it from men who are wanting to use her matchmaking services. So it's not as traditional as what they used to do, where, the parents chose. They usually knew the families for years and years. and she sets them up to go out on dates, and they can decide whether they like each other or not. They are not committed to having to get married, which I guess the thing that I wonder, okay, like the Married at First Sight, they fill out all this information and they say, yes, I am wanting a long-term relationship. What's to keep them from lying about what they're saying? Especially this basketball player guy. He was obviously not wanting to be in a committed relationship if he's going out running around and they hadn't even been married 2 weeks. You know, that's just weird. The poor girl, she cried, and she was really said she wanted to make the marriage work, and she was going to try to work with him with it, and I'd have had to say goodbye. And she had issues. Her mother had left her when she was just a kid, and she left the family. So she had abandonment issues already. And then here comes Mr. Wonderful. And he decides to go out and do whatever he wants to. You know, like he's still a bachelor. But he's got, you know, a wife at home who's, you know, cleaning and cooking and doing different things. No. He'd have come home to an empty home. I'm like... I'd have to tell the producers, y'all won't have to, you know, scratch me off this time. Or, you know, put him in a jail cell at night. I don't know. You know, you can't hold somebody. If someone is determined to do those things, you can't stop them. They're going to do it. So, there is no way and everybody watching on TV, I just was, I'm thinking, well, I'm sure they get money for it and that kind of thing. And then it also makes you wonder if, you know, did they set it up that way to make it more interesting for people to watch? You know, all those things go through your mind. I don't know. But all I know is that her tears were very real. I just felt so bad for her. But she said she wanted to try. But then, boy, when it was day for to decide whether to stay married or get divorced, she told him what she thought about it. I mean, she wasn't ugly about it. I might have had a few choice words that I would want to say. It might have been all bleeped from television. I just cannot imagine. I'm liable to have reached over there and whopped him right upside the head while he was sitting there. What were you thinking? Why did you even sign up for this if you had no intentions? You know, he got a free vacation. He had no he didn't have an apartment, a home, nothing. His parents were divorced, and he had nothing to do with them after they got divorced. He just never went and saw them, nothing. He just completely, like, abandoned the family. So, don't take it out on somebody else. She had nothing to do with all that. Okay, look how cute. I'm getting some red in there. Isn't that adorable? I find some of these shows to be kind of interesting and rather weird. Just makes you wonder. You know, I know it's probably very difficult to find anyone these days. I mean, it's never been an easy job, but marriage just takes a lot of work. It just does. It takes work. But if somebody's going to be a complete jerk and go off running around on you at the very beginning, yeah, it doesn't sound like that may not be one that you want to waste your time on. I don't know. It does. It takes a lot of work, but if both people aren't willing to put in, you know, the work, it just It just doesn't work. One person can't carry the whole load. And y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. One person can't decide, oh, well, you know, you've got to do this. You need to change everything about you. And, you know, they're going to just make you do everything. But I'm going to go out and do whatever I feel like doing. You know, and I don't believe that somebody has to be sitting at home. My husband he used to go fishing all the time. Oh my gosh. This was up until his daddy died. He was pretty much every weekend he was out fishing. And there were times that it was hard, that I was not thrilled that he was going to be gone again. But that was not, you know, you work through those things. And we did. Sometimes I used to go fishing with him at one time. But this is the way my husband likes to go fishing. When he was fishing, he doesn't even do it anymore. He said it's not the same since his dad died, and I understand that. And I didn't mind him going with his dad, but we're talking about this started back when I was in our 20s, okay? This wasn't something that just happened, you know, the last few years in our life. No. This has been going on for a long, long time. So I used to go with him, and when he would go, we'd be out there. We'd leave before the sun was up, and we were back after the sun went down. I'm sorry, but that's just too long for me to be sitting in a boat. I just can't do it. You know, you can only, because he's constantly fishing, you know, and he'll say, and I tried fishing, but he fishes with open face reels. And when I cast, those reels, my line just balled up. It had this big ball. I mean, it was so bad. And I'm like, I'd try to untangle that big knotted mess. It was the worst mess you've ever seen. And then Jerry said, I'll get it out. Here, take mine. I'm like, I don't want to get yours messed up. I'll just wait. And he'd work on it. And sometimes I just said, just forget it. I used to tan all the time. I used to be so dark. I guess it's my Mediterranean side. I'm half Greek. I get very dark if I'm in the sun. Very, very dark. Just like, I always had a beautiful tan. But after I had my hysterectomy, I started getting these hormone brown spots coming out on my forehead, of all places. So I had to quit getting out in the sun so much. Gosh, I miss it. I was a sun baby. I loved it. I loved being in the sun, but can't do that now. So, and I would go out, and sometimes I'd swim a little bit, but it's not, he'd swim very seldom. He was busy, and Jerry was a bass fisherman, okay? He was catch and release. You catch the fish and you let it go, which I was fine with. I don't really like fish that much. I like tuna fish, you know, a tuna salad or something, but fish has never been, my dad didn't like fish either, and I think that's, I guess, carried on. I don't know. There have been a few fish I've eaten that were okay, but normally I'm not a real big seafood eater, and I know there are a lot of people out there that are, and that's great. You know, everybody likes something different. So, well, anyway, he caught and released them. Then he did a few tournaments. He was thinking about fishing professionally, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my Lord, that's not gonna be good. But he didn't, because very few guys who fish professionally make a living at that. You know, they might get a free boat, whatever, getting sponsors. Well, a free boat doesn't, put groceries on the table. It doesn't pay for insurance. It doesn't do a lot of things. So, luckily, I'm so thankful. He decided that was not, what he was needed to do. Oh, that went on for quite some time. Yeah, he'd fish the tournaments, and sometimes he'd be gone, the whole weekend. So, it was strange. Yeah, how did I get on this Married at First Sight? Then we're talking about fishing, non-stop almost. But yeah, that I just couldn't do it. I could not do that, especially on national television. I know there have been arranged marriages that worked out just fine, but usually, it was the parents, and the parents, in most cases, parents would think about what's best for their child, but that's not always the case. Back in the days when they only wanted to match, a wealthy family wanted to match up with another wealthy family, keep it all in family, and that sort of thing. I don't know. There's a lot of strange customs out there. But I guess doing the Married at First Sight, some of them had been doing the dating apps for so long, and they just said they were ready. They wanted to find somebody who was ready to settle down. That was their biggest thing. The dating apps, most of them, they just wanted, a fling. They weren't wanting to settle down. They just wanted to go out and have a good time. So that's why some of them decided to do that. But if you're going to do something like that, you need to be committed. That one guy, he really made me mad. I'm actually watching season 8 on Lifetime, the Lifetime channel. It's if you go to mylifetime.com, you can see some of their older shows, and I think even the newer ones. There's just a ton of commercials, but that's okay. I'll just get up and do something. I just wanted to see how it worked out for other seasons, because, they're on their 11th season, so I guess it's because people like me are watching it. I don't know. I'm just fascinated, I guess, with the human behavior. But they're on the one I'm watching right now. I think I'm on episode 3, maybe? I don't know, 3 or 4. And this one couple, the man is not attracted to his wife, and she's beautiful. I think she's beautiful. But he had said he was, more attracted to dark eyes, dark hair, and he may have told them that. And so she's blonde and blue-eyed. So, and she's beautiful and just has the sweetest personality. But they match him up a lot on personalities and their values and things that they enjoy doing. So anyway, I think he kissed her once on the wedding day because it was for a picture. They were having their pictures made, and they told him, we want to pose of y'all kissing. And then during the reception, people were clinking their glasses, wanting them to kiss. And she leaned over like she was going to, let him kiss her. And he said, we don't have to do that. He said, we don't have to do it just because they want us to. And so she looked so disappointed. And so, she just sat back up. And several days went by, even on the honeymoon. He hadn't kissed her, nothing. So when they finally got back, she, kind of was questioning him about that. You will, cuddle a little bit, but you never kiss me or anything. So he he wanted, I guess, to make her happy or whatever, so he kissed her. And this is what he told her. He said that he felt repulsed and dead inside after kissing her. Can you imagine? Why would you say something like that? I wanted to slap him. And, you know, she just looked so sad, but she, you know, didn't say anything. And the pastor, he's also a marriage counselor, they, what they do is the couples will check in with the marriage counselors and stuff and tell them what's going on. Well, she let them know about that, and I would have too. And he came over, and he talked to her, and he said, you should never have been talked to that way. You are a worthy person. And that was, I mean, he was just talking to her by herself. Then he said, I want to talk to, I don't remember the guy's name. So he went in there and he just let him have it. He told him, he said, that was so rude and disrespectful. And if you don't want to carry out with this, you need to go on and get off. I'm like, yes. But the guy said, no, you know, attractions, you know, can build up. We, you know, might build an attraction. I might build an She's already attracted to him. She's ready to, you know, start a married life. Well, he says he's not attracted to her. I don't know. I just find it really strange. You know, he'd be kind, but who wants to be married to just somebody who's going to just be nice to you? There's, you know, there are more things to marriage than just, you know, she could live with a friend. Get that. So it was, I'm just going to, isn't that stupid though? I just want to see what's going to happen. I don't think they're going to make it. I really don't. I just cannot imagine them making it just from, you know, they've been together, I guess, a couple of weeks almost. And he's feeling that way. I was like, okay. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. So, anyway, I'll stop for now. I've been going on almost an hour. By the time I get off, it might be an hour. I just want to thank you again. Thank you so much for subscribing, for commenting, for ringing the bell. I mean, I find it doesn't tell me exactly who rings it, but it'll tell me the percentage of people who ring, you know, the bell, or, well, ring the bell, whatever you want to call it. Ding, 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 ding. I need a bell that I can ring. But anyway, I want to thank you again so much. You really did brighten my, I mean, I'm still smiling. I just can't get over it. I am just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. My sister said you got 10,000 because she knew, you know, it's. She was happy. My sister watches all of them. She doesn't comment. She, except we talk on the phone. Okay, those are my comments. We talk on the phone, or we text each other. So that's how she tells me. And she'll tell me if there's something that she didn't like. She'll let me know. Now, I just think these are so cute. I'll leave a link to, Diamond Painting Bliss on Etsy. My mind just went out. I'm still thinking about these people and their marriages, I guess. I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. Marriage is a rocky road. I might go get me some Rocky Road ice cream after that. I'm just teasing. But I am trying to get a few Christmas things done, and I've got several things to show you guys that I've received in the mail. Just been croaking like a frog, so I'll get to that pretty soon. I hope you're having a wonderful day. You take care. Have fun diamond painting, knitting, crocheting, oil painting, whatever it is you do and enjoy. take time for yourself. You deserve it and you need it. And I just want to tell you guys, I really do love you and I do care. Please be safe and take care of yourselves. Be blessed. God bless all of you. I love you guys. Oh my goodness, look how hard I was holding my pen. It left a dent. I love you guys. Bye. Take care.